It's 6 a.m. and you got what I need. I don't even wanna fuck you.
What is up, guys? So my name's Gabe. Today I'm going to be talking about basically being a student in New York City. So I come from like a pretty small town. I come from Martha's Vineyard. So there was one high school, there were 600 kids. And so throughout high school, like my dream was always to go to a bigger city. And I was never like really interested in Boston just because I've been to Boston so many times and I felt like it didn't hold the same opportunities that something like New York would. I decided to come to New York City, and I got accepted into Parsons. So I'm a strategic design and marketing major. So basically, I do the design work, but I'm getting a BBA. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds for me, because I wanted to have a business degree just so that I could understand like that management aspect, but also I really enjoyed design. And so none of the schools that I was looking at, like the traditional schools that I was looking at, had a program like this. So when I saw that Parsons did, I decided to apply. There's a great. The school life at Parsons is really interesting just because it's not a traditional school where there's fraternities, cliques, or no, not cliques, sororities and that kind of stuff. And there's no sports. So kids kind of group together based on very different things. So kids tend to group together based on styles, you know, their major, like how they act, like things like that, you know, like their backgrounds. And so it's very different and cliques form very quickly. So it's kind of hard to find friends just because, well, it's not hard to find friends, but it's kind of hard to find your group sometimes, especially if you come from a much smaller place, like a smaller town or something like that, just because you have these kids that have been around this culture for so much longer and they've experienced it and they've kind of they've matured differently. So that was definitely something for me in the beginning, but I think I've kind of gotten past that and I've met some really cool people. So I take a 20-minute train ride. I take the 2 or the 3. And basically, I get to 14th Street and I walk to school and it takes me like 10 minutes. So it's like a 30-minute commute every single day. And I don't mind it. Like, I've gotten used to it. But I do wish that I stayed in the... I know there's no campus, but they have these things called like the campus dorms where the other Parsons students are. And so I'm in a double with somebody that does not go to Parsons, and so we can't really relate on a lot of things. And yes, I think it's a good experience to live with somebody that's very different from you, but also I think it's good to be around somebody that's different than you, but also in pursuit of something similar as you. Because we both have very different goals. He plays baseball at his school, and I'm a design student. So sometimes it's kind of hard to connect, and sometimes it's a little bit weird, but it works. So that's another big thing to think about if you want to be a student in New York City, at Parsons in particular, is where you want to live. One of the issues is transportation and getting back. So personally, for me, one of the reasons I don't really want to party that much is just that if you go to these parties in Manhattan, where most of them are, because like a lot of the NYU kids have parties or whatever, you have to figure out how you're going to get back to where you are. And so an Uber ride is like 45 minutes. And so, like, the other alternative is taking the subway, but do you really want to take the subway while you're, like, tipsy or you're drunk or anything like that? So partying in New York City is not all it's kind of knocked up to be, and maybe that's because I haven't done enough of it or I haven't really experienced it. But, yeah, I'd say, like, the transportation fact of trying to get to the party and then get back, honestly, it adds, like, another 2 hours to you know, the whole party experience. So just be cautious of that. Be aware of that if you choose to come to the city and you want to party. So that's my video for today. If you guys want me to do a part 2 and kind of go in depth on some of these things, just let me know in the comments and I will do it. Here's my Instagram. I don't even know if I'll have like an Instagram thing right there, but whatever. Yeah, and I'll see you guys in the next video.